Hey guys, HDvee here, and welcome back to a brand new video going over the potential Pokemon Diamond and Pearl remakes maybe coming out next year. Of course, this is just a rumor, take it with a grain of salt, no idea if it's true or false, but it's really fun just to look at the Diamond and Pearl remakes, because I really hope they are the next games. This did pop up on 4chan yesterday, I do believe on Thursday, so it was couple days ago, but yeah, it's actually got a really cool information in this rumor, so that's what we're going to cover today. If you're excited for the video, please do consider hitting that like button down below. Let's try and hit 500 likes on today's video. Drop a comment down below. What would you love the next games to be? Would you like it to be Diamond and Pearl remakes? Would you like it to be Sword and Shield 2? Or would you like it to be another Let's Go game or something completely different? And of course, subscribe as well if you're brand new. We do daily Pokemon content on this here channel. With all of that out of the way though, guys, let's get into the video, and I really hope that you enjoy. So, starting things off, like I say, a big old rumor going over, a lot of stuff about Pokemon Diamond and Pearl apparently coming out next year. I mean, I would love to see it happen, but we'll have to wait and see. If Diamond and Pearl are coming out next year, they'll probably get announced around March time. That's usually what happens, like February, March, April, May, one of those kind of months. That's kind of the month where we're kind of all excited for the new announcements and stuff. But yeah, Diamond and Pearl remakes just the most likely candidates for the next games coming out in 2020. There may not be a Pokemon game next year, but there probably is. There's always a new Pokemon game. And then it goes on to say anyway, Sinnoh Remakes 2020 leak, of course, is not a leak. It's just a rumor. No idea if it's true or false. Like I say, take it with that grain of salt, because it could be true, could be false. Let's read on. It says, hey there, I'm here to tell you something crucial for the future of the Pokemon franchise. I've come to give you some information. It sounds like he's from the future or something. I've got some incredible information. I've come from my futuristic timeline to come and give you this information about the Sinnoh remakes that are going to be released in 2020. I'm working on the Italian localization of the game. Huge spoilers about the lore of the game are going to be given below, so do not read if you don't want to get the game spoiled. Now, of course, anyone can write a little couple of sentences like that to try and make them sound realistic and stuff like that. But I don't know. It could be true. Who knows? Like, there's no reason it can't be, but it just most likely isn't. But you know, Italian localization. He's got a nice little backstory. You know, he's apparently from the future. He's come to give us this information. So yeah, let's read on. It says, National Dex isn't going to return, although there are more Pokemon than in Sword and Shield. The Dex is based on Platinum's one. So that's interesting. I didn't think the National Dex would return anyway. I think they've even said in interviews and stuff that the National Dex most likely will not return in a future game. It's probably just going to be like Pokemon that didn't make it into previous games that are going to be in the new ones. I can't remember how big the Platinum Dex was. Must have been about 400 at least. I mean, it was Gen 4 when it came out, so it must have been about 400 maybe. But it makes sense that there are more Pokemon than in Sword and Shield, because they've already got the models from Sword and Shield that they could just implement into Diamond and Pearl. To be fair, I don't know why there isn't going to be a full National Dex, because they've already got 400 Pokemon models, everything complete in Sword and Shield, so they could just put them into Diamond and Pearl. But then again, where would they all pop up? So, I mean, not necessarily they have to pop up. You could literally just trade them in and use them in battles and stuff. But we'll have to wait and see. But I can definitely see the Dex being bigger than in Sword and Shield, just simply because they do have 400 Pokemon models ready for the Switch. Even more than that, to be fair, because they've got all the Kanto models as well from Let's Go. Then it says, the myths of the region have been totally rewritten to integrate Dynamax phenomena into Sinnoh. So this is the bit I don't really agree with. I feel like Dynamaxing is just unique to Pokemon Sword and Shield. I think they've even come out and said that it's unique to Sword and Shield. I feel like it's just Z-Moves a Gen 7's thing, Dynamaxing and Gigantamax Gen 8 thing, and then Mega Evolution's kind of Gen 6 thing, but you kind of get that can be in different games, because we have had it in multiple games, but we have only had Z-Moves in Gen 7, in the Sun and Moon games, and then we've also only had Dynamaxing and Sword and Shield. But again, we don't know that. We could easily see Dynamaxing in a future game, but I feel like they have said somewhere that it is unique to Sword and Shield, but we'll read on. 20,000 years ago, when Eternatus fell on Earth, so it definitely kind of, this person's saying it does ravel its way into the Sword and Shield lore. When Eternatus fell on Earth, Giratina saw himself in battle with it and caused mass destruction in Galar and Sinnoh. This battle generated Dynamax phenomena in Sinnoh. Arceus tamed Giratina and banished it into the Distortion world. Zacian and Zamazenta were created by Sinnoh by Arceus to fight off Eternatus. Wild areas will replace Route 208, 209, 210, 211, and 215. Outdoors of Mount Coronet gets the same treatment as it becomes a free camera area, and you can see all of Sinnoh from there. I mean, I've only read half of this rumor, but I'm already struggling to believe it. I feel like that background kind of lore just isn't going to happen. I don't know what I'm like. If I don't know. They're not going to rewrite the lore for a remake. You know, remakes are the same game that just kind of enhanced, you know, with a little bit more maybe story or something like they did in Auras with the Delta Emerald and stuff, but the Delta episode. But they didn't really change the lore for that. So I don't think they're going to completely change Sinnoh's backstory for a remake. Maybe if it was a retelling, then yeah, maybe like Let's Go was a retelling. It wasn't really a remake because Let's Go had different characters and stuff like that. But with remakes like we had in Golden's, Sacred Gold. Oh my lord, what is it? Storm Silver. Yeah, and Sacred Gold. It's Sacred Gold, right? I think it is. Yeah, of course it is. In Storm Silver and Sacred Gold, they were just a remake of Gold and Silver. They didn't change any of the story. And that's what remakes are. They don't change the whole background of the legendaries, and they don't include new legendaries and stuff in the lore. Like, Zacian, Zamazenta, and Eternus could be in the Diamond and Pearl remakes, but I don't think they have anything to do with the lore, really. Maybe they do. Who knows? Maybe it all is connected, but... let's read on. Starters get Gigantamax forms along with all gym leaders ace Pokemon. So this is just saying that Dynamaxing is going to be in Diamond and Pearl remakes. There's nothing about Mega Evolution here. I feel like Mega Evolution is definitely going to be there instead of Dynamaxing. I can't see Dynamaxing being in the Sinnoh remakes. I don't know. Like, I know that Mega Evolution was in Auras, and obviously Mega Evolution wasn't in the original Ruby and Sapphire. But Mega Evolution is something that can go across all games, whereas I don't think that's the case with Dynamaxing. But then it goes on to say, the story gets modified. You see, Barry, Cynthia, and Cyrus will be appearing more often and be developed further along with gym leaders and galactic commanders. Your PG counterpart appears many times as well, like in Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. Gyms become stadiums, and the gym challenge is made more spectacular, just like in Galar. I almost don't want to read on because this is just completely like, it's just not true. In the slightest. I just don't believe, like, maybe it is, maybe Pokemon are just going to do a complete like left turn and be like, yeah, you know, we're doing a remake, but let's just completely change the game. Like, that it's not, remakes are the same game, dude. They're just they're kind of just, they're just enhanced, you know, they're just better looking versions of the original with a couple of different things, maybe on like the post game and stuff, but the original story isn't supposed to change in a remake because it's remaking the same game. It's just the graphics are better. And then the post game is really the only thing you can change kind of in a remake because, you know, you're given more options and stuff that you weren't really given in the old games. Like, let's just take Fire Red and Leaf Green, for example. That is literally Red, Blue, and Green remade. Everything's the same through the whole story apart from the post game. I mean, there wasn't a post game in Red, Blue, and yet like Green apart from Mewtwo. That was kind of the post game. But obviously we have the Sevi Islands and stuff. We weren't able to do that in the original games. So with remakes, you can really only do the post game. But this person's saying that they're changing the gyms into stadiums. The story gets modified. Like Barry, Cynthia, and Cyrus will be appearing more often. Like, I don't believe it. Sinnoh forms come to reality. One example is Hydreigon line becoming Dragon Electric and Braviary line becoming Fire Flying. Dialga and Palkia. Wait, no, Gym becomes Stadium. Oh, I think I just missed out the Sinnoh forms bit. Dialga and Palkia both appear in the climax of the game. It's spelled climax wrong, I think. But you can catch only one of them. There are new forms for Arceus, Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina. I mean, that's just a given. Like, come on. Like, that's just gonna be a thing if Down and Poor Remakes are a thing. Battle Frontier is back. Arceus and Giratina post-game episodes are in the game. You see, that would be really cool. Mega Evolutions and Z-Moves are not back. However, Pokemon Super Contest, Berry Growth, and the Underground are. So, this rumor is very difficult to kind of take in. I don't think it's true in the slightest. I can't see them changing the story for a remake. Like, if it was a retelling for it, like, this would be fine if it was like a Let's Go game. Maybe it is a Let's Go game, but it doesn't say anything about that. If it was a Let's Go game, fair enough, because Let's Go games are just retelling of like the region and stuff. Like Let's Go was a retelling because you don't play as Red and Blue, you play as different characters. You know, Red and Blue are in the game, but obviously they're in different. They're older and stuff. And yeah, I don't know, like they're not remakes, they're retellings. Like yes, the regions and stuff there, of course, and all the cancer Pokemon are in the game, but it's just like a different timeline kind of thing. So if it was a Let's Go game, fair enough, because retellings are different from remakes. I feel like I'm confusing a lot of you guys. I do apologize, but this rumor right here is I can't see being true. If this is true, I really don't know anymore. Like, Pokemon are not strangers to doing complete like U-turn on and stuff on everything, but this is definitely very far-fetched. I mean, fair enough, you've given yourself a nice little background story. You know, you're apparently from the year 2020 or whatever. But I don't believe this for a second. But maybe you do. Let me know if you guys do believe this. And if you do believe it, why do you believe it? Like, what part of this would you possibly believe? Like, it started off alright until it got to the second sentence, where it said the myths of the region have been totally rewritten to integrate Dynamax phenomenon into Sinnoh. I understand. Okay, let's fair enough. If Dynamaxing is in the game, fair enough. I can see why this story's been rewritten, but then it's not a remake at the end of the day. It is just a retelling. So maybe that's what they're doing. Maybe they are just retelling Sinnoh in a different way. Maybe they do want to do more than just a remake. In that sense, it would be really cool. Like if they did integrate Dynamax and Gigantamax into Pokemon Diamond and Pearl remakes, then yeah, this could definitely be true. I don't see why it wouldn't be. But at the end of the day, I think it's a little bit far-fetched at the moment, but we'll have to wait and see. Hopefully remakes are on the way, but you know, for right now, all we have to go off of these rumors and stuff. They're probably going to be popping up a lot more frequently right now. I think it's just going to be a battle between Sinnoh remakes and Sword and Shield 2 at the moment, and then when it finally gets announced, everyone's going to be like, oh, so that one won. So that's going to be everything for today's video though, guys. If you did enjoy, please do consider hitting that like button down below. Make sure to drop a comment if you did enjoy as well. And yeah, subscribe if you're brand new. I do daily Pokemon content on this here channel. That's everything from me, though, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic rest of your day. I shall see you all in the stream later. And until then, peace.